Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Town of Pike Road Council meeting on this little bit gloomy day today. We're glad to have a big crowd here. Thank you all for coming out. This morning we will begin our program before we call the official meeting to order with our public hearings. We have two public hearings posted by our team here. The first one, if Mr. Darrell will come forward, our senior planner, Darrell Rigsby, and share with the council, it's the rezoning of Highway 80 Chantilly Golf. This is a required public hearing, so that's the reason it's on our agenda this morning as a hearing.
I forgot I was first. So this is, where are my notes? This is a request to rezone approximately 2.9 acres from agricultural to B2 general business. The location for this is about a third of a mile east of the intersection of Wares Ferry and US 80. And this property is immediately adjacent to Pike Road self-storage on the east side, the right side of it, between the interstate and 80. Like I said, they're proposing to change the zoning to general business, and the proposed use is a golf cart, retail, and maintenance shop. And this was recommended by the Planning Commission in May, earlier this month, and the applicant is here to answer any questions if you have them.
Thank you, sir. Any questions of Mr. Rigsby while he's here? Okay, we'll move forward with the public hearing. I don't have anybody signed up specifically to speak on this issue, but if there's someone who would like to speak, again, it is a rezoning and meets the comprehensive plan, correct, in that area? Okay. All right, seeing none, we'll move to our second item of the public hearing, which is a conditional use manufactured home off of 20 Sunflower Lane. As you all know, council, those will require council action where it's a conditional use. Both of these, by the way, are first readings of these two.
Yes, sir. This is a conditional use for 20 Sunflower Lane to place a manufactured home. This is a property that's approximately 1 acre, just east of Sunflower Lane and Bond Road. Sunflower Lane is just a private gravel drive, so it's really just east of John Hall Store in that area. And it is a request to place a manufactured home, and the applicant is here. And again, this went through Planning Commission and passed there as well.
Okay. Council, any questions of Mr. Rigsby? All right. Any public, I also do not have anybody signed up for this item, but in the event someone would like to speak. Okay, we'll close our public hearings. We'll move forward to our call of order of our business. I'll ask Councilman Furman if he'll open us in prayer, please, sir.
Lord, thank you for today, God. Thank you for providing for our needs, Lord, whether that's the sun or rain or whatever conditions that you provide, Lord. You know what we need, and you give that to us, and we're grateful for that. God, I thank you for our meeting today and those that are able to attend and conduct the business of the town. I pray that you lead us and guide us in all that we do, and continue to make known the steps that we need to take as a town as we move forward. In Christ's name I pray. Amen.
Amen. If y'all join us for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. We would ask our clerk to note that we have a quorum. We have one member out with family issues and their family opportunities, we'll say it that way, and then we'll move to consideration of the minutes for May 17th. You're so far down there. The wave to you. Motion approved by Councilman Furman, second by Councilman Robinson. Any further discussion on the minutes? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye. Opposed, like sign. So ordered. All right, so now we have the great privilege that we have every year to recognize and show support for some of our wonderful partners. And as all of you know, I don't think there's anybody on the planet that I have more respect for in the way they perform their duties, the way they serve others, the way they represent all of us than the Montgomery County Sheriff's Department. The Montgomery County Sheriff's Department is the greatest example of what partnership should be and can be, from what we do with our SROs to what we see on our special events to what happens every day with our patrols, with our response in times of extra need. We are very, very fortunate. And we're very fortunate in many ways because we not only have the great work of our deputies who are out every day, the investigators, the people behind the scenes, but we also have outstanding leadership. The leadership that serves in our Montgomery County Sheriff's Office is phenomenal. The leadership that supports them through the County Commission, thank you for what you do at your level, because without your support, we wouldn't have this opportunity. And the upper level management, and specifically our sheriff, Sheriff Cunningham. It's a true honor to have you with us this morning, and to have the privilege of saying publicly how much we respect you. We are thankful for you, and we want you to know that not only with words, but also we have a little something for you this morning. But I'm going to open the floor for any council members who also want to comment or say if there's anything y'all want to say to our fine sheriff this morning.
Good morning, sir. Well, thankfully, I've never had to meet you outside of professional things, but you are the example of what a man who does things the right way for the right reasons all the time is. And when I decided to get into this field, that's what I told people I wanted to be. And I am who I am because of people like you doing the right things for the right reasons at all times. And we appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Amen.
I can't beat that, Sheriff. Yeah, the warm and fuzzies. Now, I just want to comment a couple things. I think one of the things that we get a lot of I think it's unknowingly criticism on is there's a lack of understanding sometimes about services in Pike Road. One of the things that I love the evolution of what you and your team have done, not only are you providing the utmost service, you're able to articulate the data to substantiate that. And that's very, very important. And I think with everything that we do, and as someone that's in the weeds right now with looking at all of our services, it's very, very comforting to know that that's one area that, although I need your help on a piece of that, and I know when I come to you, we'll get that help, but it's one that we don't have to worry about because the deliverables are there. They're there because of your leadership. And so thank you for that. But I really want the citizens to understand when we get the criticism, you need your own police department, and I say, well, tell me why you think that. And then when I say, oh, really, do you know what our response times are? Here's the data. Do you know that? And that is the evolution. There's been many times I've sat across from you several times where we had a need and we had an opportunity, but we worked through it and we came through it. And that's leadership. So while this isn't, everybody thinks sometimes, I think it's hunky-dory that we're not in the weeds. We are in the weeds. And when we talk to your office a lot, and I just want to say that it's very comforting to know that the citizens of Pike Road are safe. And it's also more exciting that I can articulate the data to substantiate that. Now, I'm not saying that there's not things that happen, but there are things, there's never things that happen that we don't address. And so I just want to say thank you for that as we continue this partnership. The town of Pike Road is obviously going to continue to evolve, and there's going to have to be continued changes and additions and things like that. So just thanks for staying on this ride with us. So I'd say. And the SROs, I have to comment. The improvement that whole program has done since we started Pike Road Schools to where we are now, it's unbelievable how we're getting that so right. And so thank you for that. So.
Well, thank you. It's something that I don't do by myself. You all probably know Wes. He handles most of my uniform deputies. So if there's a problem, he's going to know the inside track because he's going to be involved in it. But at the same time, we have think sessions all the time, and hopefully pretty soon you all will hear another release from our agency on some of the things, the direction that we're going, and it's real positive on what we're about to launch out and start doing. It's only going to help the areas that we protect. I mean, it's going to help us tremendously with what we're about to do, and you all will be there. I know the mayor will be there when we make that announcement. So everything we're doing it for the citizens of Montgomery County, and I can't think of any other organization that I want to be with or work with another township. I mean, everywhere I go, I talk about when you can call the mayor, or I can call any one of you all, and you all call me. It ain't like my phone is secret. You can call, and we're going to work out the issues, and we're going to address the issues head on. I don't like to pull secrets. I don't like to just wait until the end of the day and then come out with something. If it happens, we're going to say it happened, and it may be good, may be bad, but we're going to let the people know, and that's what I try to be. I'm transparent all the way down. So, but I'm thrilled about working with you all. I listen to my people just like I listen to you all. I mean, if we got SROs that want to do things, if you all probably seen our vehicle that has the Pike Road Patriots logos in it. You know, if they want to market their vehicle to the schools that they're in, I stand behind them, because the respect that they get from those kids and the parents, that's outweighing anything that we do. If they can mitigate a problem before it starts, before it happens, by having that open discussion with those students, that's what they're supposed to do. And that's the same way we feel about our communities. When they go out, when a deputy stops, we can de-escalate a situation before it starts, and before it get to you all, we're doing our job. And so I'm just thankful for the men and women that work for me, and I'm thankful for you all for believing in us and having that trust in us. I thank y'all.
Sheriff, I wanted to thank you. There's not been one time, and when you say you're transparent and on it, you always respond to my texts or phone calls, and that's no exaggeration. There's not been one time. Sometimes you do a preemptive strike. Sometimes you send me a message before I can get to you because you know I'm going to call, but that really means a lot for me, knowing how to handle things, and just really appreciate it.
Well, I want you to be involved. I want you all to be involved. If a situation happens out here, normally people are going to call you all. And it's better when you can answer that question without saying, well, let me call. I don't know anything about it. And so if it's that important, you're going to get an email or text from me. Normally the mayor, I'll pick up the phone. Hey, let me tell you what you got. Ain't nothing to worry about. That's somebody else's business. Let them handle their business. You know, and so I try to get to that point. I don't want to muddy the water. If it's something that you all really need to take action on, you're going to know about it. But if it's something that really don't involve you all or us, and it's concerning a business, that's that business problem, not our problem, you know. And we don't like to go out and do press releases for businesses. That's their job. So if we continue to stay in our lane, I guarantee you we're going to be doing good. Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. It's very encouraging. I think we all are confident that the Montgomery County Sheriff's office and department is a good thing for our community. But just as Sheriff Cunningham alluded to, and Councilman Robinson said, you know, it's a great example because they don't stop at good. Even though they got good, they're shooting for great and excellent. You know, rolling out new programs, I think, shoot, what new program do you need? I mean, I'm very satisfied with the services that we get, but where there's, you know, they're not going to sit back and rest on their laurels. And it is a great example for us. I do see the resource officers around the schools, and it's super encouraging to see the confidence that the community has in the sheriff's organization. But a great example, whether it's for our town or our school system. Council Lady Bradshaw and I were talking last week. We've got a good thing, but let's make it a great thing. Let's shoot for excellence. And the Montgomery County Sheriff's Department leads the way in that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sheriff, it's without a doubt that the words spoken by the council members we all believe every word. And we believe it not only because we know you, but because we see it. And that's tremendous. But I do think, I do think public, for the public, as you all who are here this morning, or anyone who watches this on YouTube, share the good news. We have great response times. We have outstanding technology. We have tremendous professionals. We have above and beyond training that goes on every day. You couldn't have a better relationship for public safety than what we have in Pike Road. And we appreciate your leadership. And Colonel Richardson, thank you for your responsiveness, and Chief Murphy and all the others that are so valuable too. So hey, guess what? We sat down a year ago, and we get this question sometimes about, how is, we're growing, how is that relationship evolving? And we, with your leadership and ours at the table, we put together a plan to expand our engagement, to build our partnership. And I'm pleased this morning to present you something that indicates that and shows that continued step as we go forward together to make a difference. And I do want to say the financial contribution that helps us from the county, thank you, Commissioner. Thank you for what y'all do also. But anyway, let us come gather and give you this. Maybe not quite as high profile, but equally important when we have a moment of need are two other partnerships that we get to celebrate this morning. And, it's amazing sometimes when you have 160 square miles of property like we have in Pike Road, how many calls you might get about random things. And one of those calls we get a lot happens to do with animals. And we are very, very pleased to have the relationship we have with Stephen Tiers and his team at the Humane Society. Their responsiveness is tremendous. I think Pike Road probably presents you more of the bizarre stories than you might get in some of your other territories. But we know that our relationship with Humane Society makes a big difference for our citizens, and we appreciate you and your team for your support and everything that you guys do in Pike Road. Lisa and the team here oftentimes fields calls that I don't even know about because they're going directly to your team, and y'all respond with professionalism and you respond with speed, and we appreciate that so much, Stephen. So we have a little something for you that we'd like to present on behalf of the town to the Humane Shelter. Thank you guys for your leadership. Welcome to Grub. Unless you want me to. All right. Thank you. Council, just stay right here because we got one more. Our friends with Crime Stoppers. Come on up here. Citizen engagement is critically important to having a safe community. Having neighborhood watch. Jerry talks about it all the time. Help each other, help you guys. And that's what y'all help us do. With your involvement, your organizational strength, getting the message out, communicating to people. We just want to make sure you know we appreciate those partnerships. Opportunity for you guys to do more great things in Pike Road. So thank you so much for Crime Stoppers and your hard work on behalf of the town. Good. Well, and there's your sheriff right there. Welcome home, Mr. Pike. Tony, we're glad to have you in the town too. All right, y'all, thank you again for opportunity to do that. Council, thank y'all for your support of those financial allocations. We appreciate that being a part of our annual program of work. Next, we have our financial report. Ms. Denna, good morning.
Good morning, Mayor Stone, council members. I'll be presenting the April 2026 financial statements on behalf of Carwiggs Ingram. As of April 30th, the available cash in the general fund is $21,251,000. This cash balance represents 34 months of operating expenses as described by the adopted budget of 2026. The available cash has decreased $128,000 from last month and has increased $2,200,000 more than last year. The fund balance stands at $20,032,000, an increase of $445,000 more than last year. Year-to-date revenues are $8,900,000, a decrease of $27,000 less than last year. Current year-to-date net income is $2,873,000. In comparison to last year, it represents a decrease of $166,000. The town of Pike Road sets a target ratio for year-to-date net income to year-to-date revenues of 10%. Currently, the town of Pike Road is at 32%. When comparing the primary sources of revenue collections in April of 2025 to April of 2026, ad valorem receipts are up 3%, sales and use tax receipts are up 14%, business contractor licenses are down 13%, building permits and fees are up 23%, and franchise fees are up 25%. Overall, revenues collected in April of 2026 are less than 1% different from last year. This concludes the presentation of the April financials. Are there any questions?
I have one question for
Sure.
you. The year-to-date net income percentage that's at the 31% right now, is that going to even out?
We always try to get to 11%, and
Right.
so far we've always been.
Right. I just wonder if it's just elevated because where we are in the time of the year right now.
And actually, last year it was a little more elevated. We make transfers to the capital improvement funds, typically like at the 6-month mark.
Okay.
And to make that percent, because it was like at 56% last year, and so
Okay.
this year it's 32. So I'm making the transfers quarterly now, so we don't
that's
have
the
these
difference. I
inflated
knew
numbers.
those numbers were just different than they
they're
were, and I didn't
different.
understand why.
That's
And
what it is.
I
So-
knew that we weren't budgeting any different, or we weren't that far off. I just didn't understand. So your deposits are quarterly now versus
Yes, I'm making
biannual.
the budget transfers instead of waiting until like the end of the year or whatever. Just to
because it gets high, then it just drops.
and then
I
it
was
drops. So I was like,
whoa.
let's try to keep more consistent.
Okay,
So
that
as long as we're
makes
above
sense.
11, we're perfect.
Right, I know, yeah.
Yes.
Gotcha. Thank you for that clarity.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? Motion by Councilman Bratcher, second by Councilman Furman to approve the financial statements as presented. Any other narratives? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye. Post like sign, so ordered. And Denna, just thank you for your hard work. You and Lisa and the team, y'all do a great job, and we're very, very thankful that you do this with such clarity.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Welcome. I have gone back to my okay, that covers all of our reports this morning. Under old business, we have the second reading of the ordinance on the property off of Antioch that you guys are aware of. This agreement to sell that property to the person, the entity that has purchased the property directly behind it. It is that little strip of property, if y'all recall, that really we don't have any need for or use for, and it just makes more sense for it to be transitioned over. So with that ordinance, having heard that presentation 2 weeks ago, does the council have a preference?
Second.
Motion approved by Councilman Furman, second by Councilman Watley. Any further discussion on this item?
One discussion item. I just want to thank Councilman Furman on this because I had a citizen that asked me a lot of inquiry, lots of questions, and really needed some confidence. And through him, I was able to bring that citizen right along. So thank you for your help and understanding. Sometimes it's just people understanding, not necessarily the outcome. And so, because this was out of my wheelhouse and it's something we typically don't do and have done. So thank you for leading me through that.
Very good. It's always good to have a planning commission chair on the council. All right. Any other items of discussion? Seeing none, all in favor of the motion, please let it know by saying aye. Pose like sign. So ordered. All right. So now we'll move to the new business. And you heard both of these first reading presentations in the public hearing earlier today. Nothing really to act on this morning, but just in the event that you have any questions. But the first item, the rezoning of Highway 80 for Chantilly Golf, and the second item being the conditional use permit request on Sunflower Lane. All right, seeing nothing, members Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, we can take action on that. I'm sorry. Thank you, Lisa, for clarifying. Is there any discussion on the resolution then? All right, seeing none, is there a motion?
Motion to approve.
Motion approved by Councilman Wiley, second by Councilman Robinson to move forward with this resolution, allowing the conditional use for the manufactured home. All in favor, please say aye. Opposed, like sign. So ordered. Thank you very much, and congratulations on that item. All right, no other new business with us this morning. The only thing we have is under other business. I know Senior Planner Rigsby wanted to just bring us up to date. We had our first Unified Development Code meeting last week, and I know there's some pending action, council probably on the next agenda item, just getting us ready for their work. So you'll be seeing some of that coming up. But anything you want to just share?
Yes, sir. So I just want to say that it was I would consider it a productive couple of days while our consultant was here. I think all four of you met them, excuse me. There's three of them on that team, and had conversations with all of them. It was good turnout overall, various stakeholder groups, and then the public involvement meeting. And then the next steps, as we're presented, is a deeper dive into the regulations, real assessment and analysis of those, and then the current regulations, and then the quick fixes, moving to those, and then beyond that is going to be the full ordinances, zoning ordinance regs, others. And then, as the mayor had mentioned, there are some observations and feedback that was received that is being assessed, and we expect to bring some things before you concerning quick fix kind of nature in the coming months.
I know one of those is maybe, just so you won't be caught off guard, there may be a couple other pauses of things for approval that they may present till we can get through that. So I know they're working through all that. I don't have a full list of anything, but I know we talked about a couple of things that they heard and may have some recommendations for us. So I'll get that to you. Anyway, just wanted to make sure you were aware that they are moving forward, working, and we appreciate citizen input, folks that came and participated.
And there'll be many opportunities in the future moving forward with this process. So, if y'all have any questions, you know how to reach me. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. That concludes everything we have on the agenda. Any other items, council members? All right, seeing none, is there a motion? Motion adjourned by Councilor Bradshaw, second by Councilman Robinson. Any further discussion on adjournment? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye. Aye. Post like sign. So ordered. Now at public comment. Thank you very much, folks, for being here. Enjoy your first week of summer.